Hello Ninja Warriors, what's up? So today's session is dedicated to range of a function. You know what? Students might often face difficulty in finding range of a function. So I thought that range of a function deserves a dedicated session over here, okay? So let's start. For all of those who are new to this channel, I don't know how many of you are new to this channel or new to the session. This is my brief introduction. My name is Namrata and I have over more than 10 years of teaching experience, more than decade of teaching experience in both online and offline, and you can check it out that I am famous for my ninja techniques which are going to come super soon, okay? All right. What happened? Am I audible perfectly? Hi Madhukar. Am I audible? Am I audible, everyone? And also, the moment you enter the session, what you have to do is you have to like the session right away. Okay? All right. Yes. Let me just open the chat over here. Okay. All right, just give me a green signal if I am audible and visible. Yes, Suji, I think only you are facing the echo. Rest everyone is fine, isn't it? Let me check. Okay. All right, just give me a green signal. I think there is no echo, Suji. Please check your device. Okay. Perfect voice. Vaibhav is saying, Madhukar is also saying perfect voice. Let's start. So finally, today we are going to start with the range of the function, but I would like to tell you that we are running VLC, Vedantu Learning Center, across Pan India, and you can check it out that these are 100% offline classes, which is very much different from other coaching centers. You can check it out. In other coaching centers, no personal attention will be given to you, but VLC is known for personal attention. Along with that, we have 100% guaranteed improvement as well. That means if you feel that you are not getting improved, your rank is not getting improved, okay? All right. So what you can do is you can ask for refund actually. Now VLC is in your city, you can check it out. Tamil Nadu, Telangana, Delhi, Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra, Punjab, Rajasthan, Pondicherry, Karnataka, Uttar Pradesh, Odisha, Bihar, Delhi. Okay, but yes, we have got limited seats only. So that is why you have to register it fast. So link is given in the description box. Please fill the form which is given in the description box and our team will contact you. Okay. Yes, Abhishek Kumar Yadav. Absolutely. All right, so let's start with range of a function. Let's quickly understand. First of all, just tell me what is a domain of a function. Domain means, suppose y is equals to f of x. Okay, domain means what? That set of permissible values of x, that is input, for which your function, that is y, is defined. This is your domain. Now, what about range? Range is nothing but, now you have your set of input. Okay, now you have your permissible set of input. Now you just tell me for all the domain, complete domain, you have to put every value of x over here and eventually get all those possible values of y. What are the possibility of value of function at x is equals to domain of a function? All those values will be considered as range, as simple as possible. Okay. So all those values which of y which you get after putting the permissible values of x is nothing but range of a function. Getting it? Yes? Okay, all right, let's start today's session. The very first, so there are several methods to calculate range of a function. One by one, we will do a couple of questions. By the way, this session is going to be approximately 1 hour long, okay? All right, so find the range of y is equals to x upon x minus 1. Y is equals to x upon x minus 1. We need to find the range of this function. Find range of this function, okay? And you have got options as well, A, B, C, D, which is y belongs to -1 to 1, okay? Y belongs to 1 to infinity. Then y belongs to all real values, and y belongs to all real values except 1. Okay? All right? Clear? Yes? Now let's understand. Let's understand. How to solve such question. First of all, see, so there are multiple methods to find range of a function for various different types of function. In here, see, what is domain, by the way? What is domain? So ma'am, domain is nothing but x not equals to 1. Okay. For range, what you have to do is you have to calculate the value of x in terms of y. So cross multiply yx minus y is equals to x. Keep the terms related to x together. So yx minus x is equals to y. Y minus 1 is equals to y. So clearly x is equals to y upon y minus 1. Now similarly, the way you calculated domain, same way you can calculate range here. Y cannot be 1. So your range will be what? All real values except 1. All real values except 1, option D. Now for this particular question, I have ninja technique also, which I told you in the last class. Okay. Yes. So what is that ninja technique? To calculate range of linear by linear. Okay. So let's talk about ninja technique. So ninja technique says that whenever you get linear by linear function, so range, that is y, cannot be coefficient of x in numerator upon coefficient of x in denominator. That's it. That means y can be everything but 1. So option D is absolutely right. Okay. Everybody? Yes? All right. Now let's talk about the next question. Okay. So multiple questions are having multiple methods. Find the range of. Find the range of. Find the range of y is equals to square root of x square plus 4. Okay. Y is equals to square root of x square plus 4. Okay. So there is this method which you can call it as circle method. Okay. So circle method says, suppose okay, just tell me that this x square, okay, x square is ranging from where? X square is always greater than or equals to 0. So this thing is always greater than or equals to 0. X square is always greater than or equal to 0. Correct? Okay, x square can never be negative. Everybody? Now, x square plus 4. So this whole thing will be greater than or equals to, see, if this is greater than or equals to 0, this whole thing will be greater than or equals to 4. Now let's talk about the square root thing. So this is the square root. So this whole thing, square root of, so anything which is square root of greater than or equals to 4. So if you take square root, it will be greater than or equals to 2. That's it. So your y will be greater than or equals to 2. Y belongs to 2 to infinity. Okay. All right. Another method, y is equals to x square plus 4 ka square root. Start with the very internal function, which is, by the way, x square. X square is greater than or equals to 0. Now add 4 to both the sides. X square plus 4 greater than equals to 0 plus 4. Now apply square root on both the sides. So what will you get? Y greater than or equals to what? 2. So that is y belongs to 2 to infinity. Got it? Everybody? Yes, this is how we calculate range. Are we ready for the next question? Chalo. Let's see how many of you are able to calculate the next thing. Okay. Find the range of y equals to square root of 9 minus x square. And the options are y belongs to 0 to 3. Option B. Y belongs to 0 to 3. Okay. Option C. Y belongs to minus 3 to plus 3. And option D. Y belongs to minus 3 to plus 3. Okay. Tell me quickly in the chat box, what is the correct answer for this? So again, let's do with this method, okay? So just tell me x square will be greater than or equals to 0 again. But can you see we need minus x square. So minus x square will be less than or equals to 0. Now you add 9 to both sides of inequality. 9 minus x square less than or equals to 0 plus 9. So 9 minus x square is less than or equals to 9, and you just have to put a square root. So y is less than or equals to what? 3. Y over here is less than or equals to 3. Correct? Now one more thing, just tell me one thing, y is always positive. Y will always be positive, or it can be 0, but y can never be negative, right? So clearly y will be greater than or equals to 0. This is understood or not? Y will lie between 0 to 3. So clearly option A is absolutely correct. Ma'am, for the previous question I have found the answer by wavy curve, but why minus infinity to minus 2 is not included? What are you asking? Wavy curve. What did you do with wavy curve? Ronit, why are you applying wavy curve? We are not here to find the domain. For domain we do that, no? That x square plus 4 should always be positive. Here we are thinking about range. Okay? Are you understanding? There is a difference between calculation of domain and calculation of range. So, I mean, why are you even applying wavy curve method? Hi, future IITian, how are you? Okay. All right, getting it? Chalo. So that's what I told you, na, methods to find range of a function. Now, methods to find range of a function, it's completely different from domain, calculation of domain. So here we are looking for y, values of y. We are not here to look for the values of x. Okay. So that part is done. Calculation of domain is done. Now we have to grow and talk about range of a function. Ma'am, I made x is equals to root of y square minus 4. Okay. Acha, like that. Okay. Chalo. One more method, I think. Y is equals to x square plus 4. Just understand. First thing is clearly that y will always be greater than or equals to 0. Yes or no? Y can never be negative. So that's the first thing. By looking here we can say. Okay, now square both the sides. Y square is equals to x square plus 4. So y square minus 4 is equals to x square. Now x square is always positive or 0. Y square minus 4 will be greater than or equals to 0 because your x square is always greater than or equals to 0. Now y plus 2, y minus 2 greater than or equals to 0. So it will be minus 2 to 2. So now your answer will be this. But y is always positive. So y belongs to 0 to 2. Oops. Sorry. Yes. Is it? It is greater than 0, no? So that is why 2 to infinity and minus 2 to minus infinity. This is rejected because y can never be negative. So only y belongs to 2 to infinity is the correct answer. Yes? Yes, Rohanit, now you got your mistake. Good approach. Rohanit is thinking differently because we need to think differently in mathematics. Okay, it will help in bigger problems. Okay. Now same method can be applicable to this. Okay, so what you can do is y is always greater than or equals to 0. So negative values obviously y will not take. So c and d are gone absolutely. Okay, and now what you can do is you can square. So y square is equals to 9 minus x square. So y square minus 9 is equals to minus x square. Minus x square is always negative. So y square minus 9 is negative. So y plus 3, y minus 3 is less than or equals to 0. Now minus 3 to plus 3. Clearly negative values will be discarded. Y belongs to 0 to 3. Same answer. Method number 2 is also there. This is your method number 1. Method number 2. Okay. All right. Yes. Perfect. Now let's do some trigonometric questions. Okay, some trigonometric questions. Are we ready? So, but before that, range of trigonometric functions. Range of trigonometric function. Can you tell me sine theta? This is your domain and this is your range. Okay, so domain of sine theta, can anybody tell me? Domain of sine theta is theta belongs to all real values. Okay, and range, that is value of y. Y belongs to minus 1 to 1. Y is equals to cos theta. So again theta belongs to r and y belongs to minus 1 to 1. Now y is equals to tan theta. Theta belongs to all real values but except odd pi by 2, because at odd pi by 2 your tan pi by 2 becomes infinity now. So pi by 2 is not permissible value. Okay, what is range? Range for tan theta is all real value minus infinity to plus infinity. Okay. Okay, then y is equals to cot theta. Theta belongs to r minus n pi. Because again, now cot theta becomes not defined at n pi, 1 pi, 2 pi, 3 pi. And range of cos theta belongs to all real values. Perfect. Now y is equals to sec theta and y is equals to cosec theta. Both will have same range, y greater than or equals to 1 and y less than or equals to minus 1. Okay, here also y greater than or equals to 1 and y less than or equals to minus 1. What about domain of sec theta? Domain of sec theta 1 upon cos, right? So same as tan theta, theta belongs to r minus odd pi by 2. And this is theta belongs to r minus n pi. Now please understand how will you remember it. First of all, let's talk about domain. How to remember domain. Okay. How to remember domain. First of all, sine and cos share the same domain. Okay. Then tan and sec share the same domain because both are having cos in the denominator. What is tan? Ma'am, sine by cos. What is sec? 1 upon cos. So, can you see tan theta and sec theta will share the same domain because both have cos in the denominator and cos cannot be 0. Cos. Okay. Then if I talk about cot theta and cosec theta, can you see they share the same domain? Because again both are having sine theta in the denominator and sine theta cannot be 0, denominator cannot be 0. Sine theta cannot be 0 means theta cannot be n pi. So we have removed n pi from the domain. If I talk about range now, see sine and cos share the same domain, tan and cot share the same domain and sec and cosec, sorry, range, sorry. Sine and cos share the same range, tan cot same range, sec cosec same range. Will you be able to remember it, everybody? Yes? Okay. Now let's do one thing. Let's talk about first question. Let me tell me the range of y is equals to tan x multiply cos x. Find range. Find range. Okay, no issues, Santosh, no issues. It's fine. Okay. Can anybody tell me the range? Quickly, Abhijit, yes. Range of tan x into cos x. Okay. Just tell me one thing. You can say that, okay, tan x is y is equals to, solution is, will be what? Sin x upon cos x into cos x. And you can cancel the cos and cos. So y is sin x. Now tell me what will be the range of this. Tell me what will be the range of this, everybody. -1 to 1. But close interval or open interval? Yes, Rajan. Close interval or open interval? Okay. So over here, understand that since cos x originally is in the denominator, and if I talk about tan x, we know that x can never be odd pi by 2. Okay, we can't put x as odd pi by 2. So can I just put x is equals to pi by 2? No. Can I put x is equals to minus pi by 2? No. 3 pi by 2? No. X can never be such values. You can't put, okay? So over here, Your range will not be -1 to 1 will not be the range. Y belongs to -1 to 1 will be the range. Okay. So this is incorrect and this is correct because the moment you can't put pi by 2, right? Okay. All right, clear? One more question. Let's see. Gradually we'll learn everything. Twisted question. Question number 2. Y is equals to cos power. Y is equals to cos power 4 times x by 5 minus sine power 4x by 5. Can you talk about the range of this function? Finding range, only range, okay? We are here to find the range, that's it, nothing else. So clearly y is nothing but cos of, okay, let's talk about this. Now, let's talk about range. But before calculation of range, let us solve this a little bit. Can I do this? Y is equals to cos square x by 5 minus sine square x by 5. And this is cos square x by 5 plus sine square x by 5. So this is your 1. Okay, this is your 1. Okay. This is your 1. So y is nothing but cos square theta minus sine square theta is cos 2 theta. So y is equals to cos of 2x by 5. Now can anybody tell me that, okay, cos of anything, what is the range of y is equals to cos something? So y belongs to -1 to 1. Okay, yes. Now Rohanit is asking one question. Let me check. Rohanit, what are you saying? Y is independent of cos x in the denominator. Why? How come? Y is a dependent variable. Y is tan x into cos x. So y is pretty much dependent upon product of tan x and cos x. How can we say that it is not dependent? Okay. All right. Yes. Getting it? Next question. Are we ready for the next question? Third question. Y is equals to sine root x. Y is equals to sine root x. Okay. Everybody, y is equals to sine root x. Now, obviously, if I talk about the domain, see, whenever you are getting stuck now, how to calculate range, we don't know. Think about what is the domain. So, x is greater than or equals to 0, correct? So, just tell me one thing, that if your x is positive, see, this is your x. So, x will be in first quadrant. So, 0 to pi by 2 and pi by 2 to pi second quadrant. So, in first quadrant, sine is positive. Okay. So, in first quadrant, sine will take. Sine x will become sine root x. In first quadrant, we will get all the values between 0 and 1. Have you seen the trigonometric table? Sine 0 degree is 0. Sine 90 degree is 1. So, in first quadrant, we will get all the values between 0 and 1. Output values I am talking about. And in second quadrant, again 0 and 1, because in second quadrant sign is positive. Now third quadrant, still x is positive. See, we are jumping towards the anti-clockwise direction. We are not talking about negative x. Okay. Alrighty. Clear? So over here, third quadrant positive, fourth quadrant. So we are actually in the positive values of input, we are covering all the values. So clearly y belongs to -1 to 1. Yes? What is happening in the chat box, huh? What is happening in the chat box? Okay, now let's talk about the next question. Okay, are we ready for the next question? Y is equals to sine of log of x to the base 2. Think about it. Think about it. Acha, can anybody tell me? See, I told you na that types of function mein we did that logarithmic function. So what is the y is equals to log x? What is the range and what is the domain for this function? So domain will be x belongs to r plus, that is 0 open to infinity. And range of logarithm function is y belongs to all real values, or we can say y belongs to minus infinity to plus infinity. So over here, this input of sine is what? Log of x to the base 2. This particular thing is coming from minus infinity to plus infinity. Right or wrong? So sine of anything inside the input can be anything. There is no restriction. Okay. Yes. What is the input? Everything is the input. There is no gap. There is no break. There is no restriction on this input. So what is the range of sine? Can anybody tell me? -1 to 1. Okay. Everybody getting it? Okay. Another question. Y is equals to cos of 2 sine x. Y is equals to cos of 2 sine x. Inverse function so we are not studying, na Fatima? ITF, when did we study? We didn't even start. This is another chapter which we will start after functions. In fact, in NCERT also functions is given first and then ITF. Okay, so we can't talk about inverse trigonometric function before functions chapter. Okay, y is equals to cos of 2 sine x. Okay, all right, see. This is the input of cos. We need to monitor that what is going on inside cos. So just understand, now this is something which is actually very, very important and a little bit tricky also. I want every one of you to understand it nicely. Just tell me, what is the range of sin x? Ma'am, -1 to 1. What about 2 sin x? Ma'am, -2 to 2. Okay. All right, now let's talk about cos. Okay, cos x. So cos, and this is 2 sin x, these are the angles. Angles are lying between -2 to 2. So let's start with 0. Okay, 0 and this is pi by 2. Pi by 2 is approximately 1.57. And the 2 will come over here. This is the angle 2. Similarly, 0, this is minus pi by 2, which is approximately -1.57. And this is your -2. So just understand that input of cos will be nothing but -2 to 2. So let's understand what is happening between -2 to 2. So this is my input. Okay. So this is first quadrant, half part of second quadrant, this is third and this is fourth, and half part of third quadrant. Okay, now understand this very, very nicely. Just tell me. In first quadrant, we are having complete first quadrant. Okay. So cos 0 and cos pi by 2. So cos 0 and cos pi by 2. That means we are getting all the values between cos 0 and cos pi by 2. So between cos 0 and cos pi by 2, we are getting 0 to 1 value. Right or wrong? See, if I talk about if your input cos of 0 is what? Ma'am, cos of 0 is 1. Cos of pi by 2 is what? That is 0. What about cos of 2? Cos of 2. So cos and cos pi is negative 1. Cos pi is negative 1, correct? In second quadrant, it will be a negative value. This cos 2 will be a negative value. Hello? Who is this? Yes. Okay, so 0 to pi by 2, correct? Now this second quadrant mein cos is negative. So cos 2, see when 2 sin x will become 2, so cos 2 is a negative value. So let me tell you, see, what is the value at cos 0? Cos 0 is 1, this is cos pi by 2 is 0, and before this we are going to get the negative values in second quadrant, yes or no? Cos of any angle will be negative when the angle lies in second quadrant. So some negative values so we are definitely getting. In fourth quadrant, cos is positive. Again, we are getting all the values between 0 to 1, and these are again negative values which is lying between minus pi by 2 to minus 2. See, we are getting these extra negative values, that's it. 0 to 1 to I am getting. So y belongs to 0 to 1 union all the values between 0 to cos 2. This is the angle, no? All the values between, this is cos pi by 2 and this is cos 2. Cos pi by 2 is 0 and cos 2 is a negative value. So union cos 2 to 0. So if you combine, y belongs to cos 2 is a negative value and it will go up to 1. This is the final answer. Understood or not? Ma'am, does this mean in function range of inner function goes as an domain of outer function? Yes, definitely. Can you see cos of 2 sin x? So 2 sin x is becoming the input inside the cos. Okay. All right. Clear? One more question. Sixth question, cos of, okay, y is equals to cos of 5 sin x. Okay. Y is equals to cos of 5 sin x. Now you tell me 5 sin x belongs to what? Minus 5 to plus 5. Correct or not? Minus 5 to plus 5. Okay. Now just understand what is minus 5 and what is plus 5 in terms of angle. See, this is your 0, this is your 3.14, which is approximately pi, and this is your 6.28 is equals to 2 pi. So clearly 5 will be here. So it starts with 0, then 1.5, 3.14, and then this will be nothing but 5 point something and 4 point something, and this is 5. Hold on. 5 will come where? 6.28. Hold on. 5 will be where? Let me check. So what is this value? 3.14 plus 1.57. So this is 1.57 and double of this is 3 point something. 3.14, 1.57. So 4.6, correct or not? 4.7. Approximately this is 4.7 and 5 will come here only. Correct? 5 will come here. Understand now very nicely. Understand. If I'm talking about cos, okay? So it starts with 0, pi by 2 and pi. All the values. See, we are covering all the values. The input of cos is what? Understand. 0 to pi. Now, you know what? If I talk about cos, 0 to pi by 2, all the positive values we will get between 0 to 1. And pi by 2 to pi, cos is negative in the second quadrant. So, in the second quadrant, we will get all the values from 0 to minus 1. So, minus 1 to 0 from here we will get, and 0 to 1 we will get from here, and after that the value will start getting repeated. So, I think we are getting the maximum range. Y is actually minus 1 to 1. Y cannot be extra, na? Y can never go beyond minus 1 to 1. So, in the first and second quadrant only I am getting minus 1 to 1. Okay. So, I don't have to worry about whether my angles are like, I have so many angles. Okay. Alright. See, it is happening like this. Suppose cos 60 degree is here, which is 1 by 2. And cos minus 60 degree will also give me 1 by 2. Correct or not? Because values are getting repeated. So if I ask you that, okay, just let me know whether I can get cos theta is equals to half. So you'll be like, yes ma'am, you can get half if theta is 60 degree. Then I will give you one more information. Theta, by the way, can be negative. You'll be like, I don't have to know. You asked me na ki cos theta can be half. So I told you theta has to be 60 degree. It can be other values, but if it is happening 60 degree, I don't have to check whether it is minus 60 also. Okay. One more question based on this. Chalo. One very interesting question, by the way. Y is equals to GIF of fractional part of x. Chalo. Let's see how many of you are able to do this question. No, Rohanit, very good question, ma'am. Then can we consider only half of Cartesian plane in the trigonometric functions? No, because cos is negative in second quadrant, right? Cos is positive in first quadrant. So if I consider first and second quadrant, I will get all the values, minus also, plus also. But is this the case? Is this the case with sine? No, because sine is positive in first quadrant, sine is positive in second quadrant. So where to get the negative values from? From third and fourth quadrant. Okay, now understand. First of all, can anybody tell me what is the GIF of x output? So fractional part specifically is always between 0 to 1, where 0 is close and 1 is open. Very interesting question. Very interesting question. So can you see GIF of something which is already a fraction? GIF of something which is either 0 or 0 point something. So greatest integer function of 0 is 0 and greatest integer function of 0 point something is also 0. So y is always 0. This is range. Y is actually a 0. Y is equals to 0. Okay, good question. Can cos be cos can be in first quadrant? Cos can be in any quadrant. Cos so can be in any quadrant, na? Cos doesn't have restriction. See, so this is 6th, 7th question. Are we ready for a similar question like this? Y is equals to this time fractional part of GIF of X. Again, Ronit, just tell me, GIF of X is nothing but all the integers. The output of GIF is always what? Output of GIF is integer. Now, fractional part of any integer, Ronit, is what? Don't you think again it is a 0? What does that mean? Greatest integer function of, fractional part of GIF of X is also 0 and GIF of fractional part of X is also 0. Hi Jiraya, what happened? Yes Jiraya, in which class are you? Are you a dropper? Next question. Yes? Okay. Next question. Now let's increase a level a bit. Little bit level shall we increase? So y is equals to tan of pi. Okay. And GIF of x minus pi. Mind it, this is GIF. Whole upon x square minus 3x plus 4. Yes, these classes are for droppers as well. Definitely, why not? Okay. Chalo, let's talk about numerator. See, since this is a GIF, don't you think this quantity will always be an integer? Always be an integer. Yes or no? And you tell me, tan of integral multiple of pi is 0. That means always y will be 0. So range will be nothing but 0. Again? Yes? Understanding? Good question. Good tricky question or not? Like not that tricky, but something is there. Some googly is there. What do you feel? Today's session, so I feel range of a function. It's a very good session today. So many things you will get to know in today's session. 10th question. See, the questions are not very lengthy, but all the questions are having some little bit of like things involved over here. Are you able to understand? Now, before I give you 10th sum, let me give you one thing. Suppose you are having a function y is equals to a sine theta plus b cos theta. Okay, there is a direct formula for range of these type of functions. So range will be minus square root of a square plus b square, comma plus square root of a square plus b square. So if I say this is your range, this is the value of y. So if I say that y is equals to 3 sin x plus 4 cos x, okay. So can anybody tell me the range of y? Small exercise we will do. This is going to be minus of square root of 3 square plus 4 square is what? 5. So minus 5 comma plus 5 is the range. Everybody? Yes, Ronit? Gokul Raj, absolutely right. And AVM, no, you are partially correct. So now let's talk about the next question, which is y is equals to log of base 2 is there, sin x minus cos x plus 3 root 2. Okay, by the way, this is sin a sin theta plus minus b cos theta. So if even it is a negative sign, then also this formula will work. Okay, so now sin x minus cos x. So again same formula. If you want to calculate range of this, then you can do that. Upon this is root 2. Find the range. Okay. Shall we start? Y is equals to log of sin x. Okay. First of all, let's understand now what is inside this thing. So sin x minus cos x range belongs to minus of square root. See, understand. Coefficient is 1 and 1. So square root of 1 square plus 1 square is what? 2. So minus 2 comma plus 2. Sorry, root 2, no? So minus root 2 and plus root 2. Now you can clearly see that sin x minus cos x, we need to add plus 3 root 2. So sin x minus cos x plus 3 root 2 belongs to, so you need, this is already minus root 2. Add 3 root 2. Add 3 root 2. So 3 root 2 minus root 2 will become what? 2 root 2 comma. This is your root 2, correct? Add 3 root 2, so it will become 4 root 2. Correct? So that means this numerator part, okay, numerator part, now what do I want? See, log of something. Now I need root 2. So divide by root 2 and divide by root 2. So now sin x minus cos x plus 3 root 2 upon root 2 belongs to, can you see root 2 cancel? So 2 to 4. So this thing which is inside, y is equals to log of base 2, this input inside the log is coming from what? This input, whatever the input is. The range of this input, the value of this input is 2 to 4. Correct? So just tell me. Log 2 to the base 2. Okay. And comma log 4 to the base 2. So y belongs to, this is your 1 and this is what? 2. Because log 4 to the base 2 is what? 2. So 1 to 2, yes, absolutely right. I can see. Ronit is saying log 2 to log 4. But yes, now base is 2, Ronit. So log 2 to the base 2 is 1, log 4 to the base 2 is 2. Absolutely, but you are on your way. Yes, Jagadeshwar 9D, absolutely correct. Gokul Raj, absolutely correct. Okay. Shall I give you another question now? 11th question. By the way, this type of question was asked in JEE Main. Y is equals to JEE Main 2025 questions. Similar type of 1 upon 2 minus cos 3x. Tell me the range. Okay. So let's see. First of all, cos 3x is belonging to minus 1 to 1. So if you put minus 1, your y will be equals to what? 2 minus minus 1, so 1 by 3. And if you put plus 1, so y is equals to 1 upon 2 minus 1. So this means 1. So 1 and 1 by 3. Y belongs to smallest value we are getting is 1 by 3. Biggest value is 1. Okay. And just in case you put 0. So 1 by 2 is actually lying between 1 by 3 to 1. Correct or not? Okay. Now one question related to domain. Very good question. Very good question related to domain. Now domain, okay? Domain. If the number of integers in the domain of fx, f of x, okay, is equals to log of 1 minus x and x minus n. Is 2n minus 11. Find n. Very good question. Very good question. Let's see how many of you are able to pull it off. Ma'am, how we put 1 on x place? No, we are not putting 1 on x place. See, just understand, cos of 3x, minimum value is minus 1 and maximum is plus 1. So we are playing for the minimum and maximum value. If you put cos 3x as minus 1, you will get 1 by 3. If you put cos 3x as plus 1, you will get 1. That means we are getting, this is minimum and this is maximum. That means range. Range is what? All the values between minimum and maximum values. So can you see 1 by 3 to 1? Now this question, focus on this question. Let's see, first of all, we know that whatever inside the logarithm, it should be positive, okay? So 1 minus x and x minus n should be positive. But you know what? Wavy curve will be applicable, but we know that wavy curve we need coefficient of x as the positive one, okay? So x minus 1 and x minus n less than 0, okay? Alright, so suppose 1 is here and this is your n, and we need all the values between 1 and n. So x will be belonging to 1 comma n. Okay, that means now if the number of integers in the domain, how many integers are there in this domain? How many integers are there in this domain? Can anybody tell me? Ma'am, 1 to we cannot count. We need to count starting from 2. So ma'am, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and one more. That means, see, 1 and n. Total how many numbers are there between 1 to n numbers? Excluding 1 and n. So n minus 2, because 1 also we don't want. We don't want 1. No, equality sign will not be there. No, logarithm. Log of anything, that anything should be strictly greater than 0. Anything inside log can never be 0. So x cannot be 1, x cannot be n. Okay. So over here, can you see between 1 and n, how many numbers, ma'am? N numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, up to n. But 1 is not included, n is not included, so n minus 2. So these are the number of integers from my side. But as per the question, how many number of integers are there? 2n minus 1. So 2n minus 11 and n minus 2 are equal. That is why n is equals to 9. So 9 is absolutely correct. Yes, Gokul, absolutely right. I think future IITian has also cracked this question. Okay. So on this note, we have done, like, at least we have understood that basics of range of a function. What do you think about it? If you feel the same, then do let me know in the chat box. Also, do you want me to give one question to you for the homework? One homework question do you want? Chalo, homework question, I think I have done almost every question. Whatever question are there, I think I should do it in class only. So, yes, this is me, your Ninja Ma'am, signing off. Make sure that if you are looking for an offline classes, make sure that the link is given in description box. Fill the form, our team will reach out to you. This is me.